Though the 44th annual FLOYD FARRAND Wrestling Invitational is a one-day-only affair this year, it certainly isn't short on action or top-ranked wrestlers that could be in the mix for state championships come February. We start in the semifinals out at Lincoln High School. 182 pounds, Watertown's Jaden Hartford swings around and gets a lock on T's PJ Parmalee's head, eventually finishing off the pin at 237 to advance to the championship. 220-pound semifinals. All aboard the Gus bus. Brookings' Gus Miller needs just a minute and 25 seconds to pin Sturgis's Clayton Smith. Junior Miller now 16-1, getting ready to wrestle in the championships as we speak. Heavyweight semifinals, you don't see a whole lot of pins here, but you don't see a whole lot of moves like this from Wagner's Dawson Lensing. The senior stunning Brookings' Tucker Christie with the pin at a minute 52. We move ahead to the championship matches, which just got underway about an hour ago. 126 pounds, O'Gorman's Bo Beavers with a 2-point takedown against Garrettson's Hayden Pierrette. Beavers gets the win 6-2. 132-pound championship late in the match. Brandon Valley's Kobe Terpstra will get the position and go for the pin against Lennox's Riley Williams. Time would run out on them, so he didn't get the pin, but he does get the major decision and championship 10-0. Finally, a good match of 138 pounds. Vermilion's Lucas Anglin against Brandon Valley's Isaac Klinkhammer. They're twisted like pretzels. Eventually, Anglin will get the 2-point takedown. He goes on to get the victory 5-1. Let's take a look at the team leaderboard. As I said, championship still in progress. Watertown has the team lead for the moment, but we'll update this one at 10 o'clock and let you know who came away with the team title. The South Dakota State men's basketball team has the longest active home court win streak in college basketball with 26 consecutive victories at Frost Arena. It's the most consecutive home wins for SDSU since 2013, when their streak was ended at 30 by the Montana Grizzlies, who just so happened to be tonight's opponent. The preseason favorites in the Big Sky and Summit League tip off in about 30 minutes, and we'll of course have highlights at 10. It's been nearly 2 full years since the Rabbits lost in the friendly confines of Frost Arena, which is certainly no surprise, with Oscar Robertson Player of the Year trophy candidate Mike Dahm leading the way. But dating back to their first NCAA tournament team in 2011-12, the Jacks are an amazing 95-5 at home over the last 8 seasons. Skylar Flatten has seen quite a bit of those wins, and the 6th-year senior from Clark Willow Lake says it's all helped build an entirely different attitude and confidence since his first day on campus.
Just the culture, just a whole different dynamic, man. I feel like everyone now is just closer together. It's more of a team aspect. Also, just like the campus and the vibe, everything, just the whole 180.
Well, home court couldn't carry the Coyotes to a win over Southern Miss last night. Up 34-29 at half, USD went cold in the second, shooting just 33% and losing 66-60, falling to 6-7 in non-conference play and taking some disturbing trends with them into Summit League play, which they were quite candid in assessing.
I feel like at times we get a little too comfortable with leads, and it comes back to bite us in the butt. But I think, and we have 7 losses, and probably 4 or 5 of those losses we've had the lead in the second half. So we got to work on really locking in on defense and finishing games.
We are who we are right now. We're not very good offensive team. We struggle shooting the basketball, and we're not very big. So that's not a good combination, but that's who we are.
In the G League, the Sioux Falls Skyforce certainly hope that what happens in Vegas won't stay there, as they finished off the Winter Showcase last night with a 114-94 victory over Maine to go a perfect 2-0 at the event. 7 Skyforce players were in double figures, led by Jarnell Stokes' 24 points. For just the second time in their 25-year history, the Force will not have a Christmas Day game this year, meaning they'll have a full week off before returning to action a week from tomorrow at Iowa. The Minnesota Vikings can clinch a playoff spot with a victory tomorrow, and Detroit and some help. The Vikings currently hold the final wild card in the NFC and can clinch tomorrow if the Eagles and Redskins lose and the Vikings can beat Detroit. The last time Minnesota went out on the road, they left their offense at home and fired offensive coordinator John DeFilippo on the way back. Under Kevin Stefanski, Minnesota looked much better last week, putting up 41 points on 418 yards of total offense in a win over Miami.
It's not the plays so much as it's the players and the execution. I'll go back to game after game this year where the plays are there, they're good plays. We got to execute, and we've got to, make the coaches right.
And the Vikings got some help for their playoff push tonight, courtesy of Tennessee, who just beat Washington 25-16. Late game this evening between the Ravens and Chargers. Again, highlights from the SDSU game against Montana. Also some highlights from the Swiftel Basketball Classic, which is also going on in Brookings tonight at 10. We're back in one moment.